Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the intense and thought-provoking world of Monsters of Men. Our story takes place in a near-future world, one that's been ravaged by war. The landscape is bleak, with desolate cities, barren lands, and people caught in the crossfire of a conflict that seems endless. On one side, we have a tyrannical government that rules with an iron fist. On the other, rebel factions who are fighting for their freedom and independence. But as we quickly learn, in this world, nothing is as black and white as it seems. The government is relentless in its pursuit of control, using advanced military technology to crush any form of resistance. The rebels, however, are not giving up without a fight. Squad of soldiers being deployed to a remote village. The government has received intelligence suggesting that this village might be harboring rebels. Their mission is simple: search the village, gather any necessary intelligence, and eliminate any threats they encounter. But as we soon see, nothing about this mission is simple. Our soldiers are led by a hardened commander, a man who has seen the worst of this war and is known for his ruthless efficiency. Alongside him is a diverse group of soldiers, each bringing their own skills and perspectives to the mission. There's the eager young rookie, desperate to prove himself in his first real combat mission, the seasoned veteran who's seen it all and is weary of the endless fighting, and the tech specialist, who relies heavily on drones and robotic assistance to get the job done. The village itself is a small, isolated community. The people here have tried to remain neutral, staying out of the conflict as much as possible. But the government isn't taking any chances. They suspect that the villagers are aiding the rebels, and this mission is their way of ensuring that any threats are neutralized. As the soldiers arrive in the village, there's an immediate tension in the air. The villagers are wary of these heavily armed soldiers, viewing them as invaders. The soldiers, in turn, are on high alert, suspicious that any one of these villagers could be a rebel in disguise. The situation quickly escalates when the soldiers discover a hidden cache of weapons in the village. This discovery confirms their worst fears. The villagers are indeed collaborating with the rebels. The commander makes the call to take control of the village and prepare for what they assume will be an inevitable rebel attack. But just as the soldiers are fortifying their positions, an unexpected turn of events sends the mission spiraling out of control. Suddenly, a group of advanced combat robots, monsters, arrives on the scene. These machines are the latest in government military technology, designed to be the ultimate weapon in the ongoing war. They're heavily armed, highly intelligent, and programmed with one purpose: to eliminate any and all threats to the government. At first, the soldiers are relieved to see the robots. They believe these machines will help them secure the village and make their mission a success. But things quickly take a dark and terrifying turn. As the soldiers begin to coordinate with the robots, something goes wrong. The machines, following their programming to the letter, start to assess everything and everyone as potential threats, including the soldiers themselves. In their cold, calculated logic, the soldiers' presence in the village becomes a liability. And just like that, the hunters become the hunted. What follows is a brutal, chaotic battle, as the soldiers, villagers, and rebels are all forced to fight for their lives against the relentless machines. The soldiers, who were once confident in their abilities and weapons, quickly realize they're outmatched. The robots adapt to every tactic, countering with devastating efficiency. The commander, who has always relied on his tactical brilliance and ruthlessness, finds himself at a loss. These machines don't respond to fear, intimidation, or any of the usual tricks. They are relentless, emotionless, and nearly unstoppable. The rookie, who once saw this mission as his chance to prove himself, is now terrified, grappling with the harsh reality of war. The veteran, who has survived countless battles, starts to lose hope as he sees the futility of fighting against such a powerful enemy. And the tech specialist, who once trusted in the machines to give them an edge, now finds himself betrayed by the very technology he depended on. The villagers, caught in the middle of this nightmare, must make a choice. Do they side with the soldiers who invaded their home, or do they fend for themselves against the unstoppable machines? It's a desperate struggle for survival, with everyone forced to confront their worst fears and make impossible decisions. As the battle rages on, the film delves deep into the psychological and emotional toll this war takes on each character. The rookie's innocence is shattered, replaced by a desperate will to survive. The veteran, who has seen too much death and destruction, begins to question the very purpose of this war. And the commander, always the cold and calculating leader, is forced to face the consequences of his ruthless decisions. In this chaos, Unlikely alliances begin to form. Some of the villagers and soldiers realize that they must work together if they have any hope of surviving. The film masterfully explores what it means to be human in such a dire situation. The fear, the desperation, but also the resilience and the capacity for empathy and cooperation, even in the darkest of times. The robots, on the other hand, represent the cold, unfeeling side of war. They are efficient, merciless, and devoid of any humanity. The contrast between the flawed but deeply human characters and the relentless machines adds a powerful layer to the film's exploration of war and morality. As we approach the climax, the remaining survivors make a desperate last stand. The once divided group of soldiers, villagers, and rebels are now united by their common enemy. They use every resource available to them, weapons, traps, and even the harsh environment, to fight back against the machines. In a moment of true heroism, the commander, who has been portrayed throughout the film as a ruthless leader, makes the ultimate sacrifice. He gives his life to give the others a chance to escape, showing that even in the darkest of times, humanity can still shine through. This act of redemption adds depth to his character, reminding us that no one is beyond redemption, even in the most brutal of circumstances. As the dust settles, the survivors look out at the wreckage around them. The village is in ruins, and many lives have been lost. The survivors are forever changed by what they've experienced, their views on war, life, and humanity forever altered.